Good morning. Welcome to Pisswake Airlines. Oh, I've got my branding up there. Can I change that? Um, More. Maybe it's settings. General. No, that's not it. Hmm. Hey, Trixie Tension, how you doing? Brand, that's where we gotta go. That's where we've gotta go. Here, I'll stick my face on the screen. There you go. You feel like you're hanging out with me now? How you doing, Trixie? Haven't seen you forever. Basement sheets. Pissweek Airlines flight 714 about ready for takeoff. Just doing the final check. Coffee, check. Lip balm. Ka-ching. Running a little bit late for work. It's flight 714, currently pleasant 9 degrees Celsius. Hope you brought all your own snacks, beverages, and seatbelts. We don't provide them. Bristol, hello. Hi, Scout. Now, I'm only leaving, I'm leaving 15 minutes late. I try to leave around 7. Last week I left at 7:12 and got to town in good time, but you might see just the difference from, 5 or 10 minutes, what a difference it can make. Because if you're on the road, oh, wait a minute, a fridge and a recliner on the side of the road. Oh, no, it's an ugly couch. Glad a couple of you groovers who popped into the live I did yesterday here, because this live is just thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh, I've just realised, I wonder if the car park in town is going to be a grump again. Now, up here on the side of the road is another couch. I thought it was a recliner, but it's a couch. Big, ugly, brown thing. But, yeah, really just wanted to say thanks to the groovers who were able to join in yesterday. My boss absolutely loved it. Loved it. It was her first ever YouTube live that she's watched and also participated in. And you guys were so awesome. And there's a bit of fangirling going on with her, with Melinda, and also Sarah and Dell. And they'd all, poor old Sarah and Dell had so much work to do. I was amazed they were able to pop in at all. But yeah, it was even though I was back, worker assist, and you guys, test drive. But as far as it goes, yeah, my Linda was really happy with it. She had a lot of fun. She loved that you guys were interacting and asking questions, and she was able to respond to some of them. And she's really keen for us to do a meet and greet as well. So hopefully, like with anyone, it'll grow over time. I really want us to send out an email blast to all of our clients, because so many, I mean, today I think I've got 2 or 3 face-to-face appointments. But usually I can have a day where every client I deal with is on the phone. So it'd be worth doing one so they could kind of put the faces to the voices. Look, I can't vouch either way that NC hasn't been staining recliners all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised. Some of them are definitely stained, but who put the stain there? I don't know. Is she still even around? Don't forget, guys, we are in the country. We're in rural, coastal Tasmania, and there will be moments of less than average reception, especially on this little stretch of road. Driving out of my little coastal town, well, the coastal town where I live, and I don't own it, it's not mine, but this little road that leads out from the coast out into the main highway in the area can be patchy. Tiny martinis. Your favourite is here. You're a classic. I wish I had time to stop there at Sarah's coffee van. I did bring a coffee of my own, but she makes the best coffees. That little Venus Sirens. She used to work at an amazing cafe in Hobart, but she's had her own van for like a decade and makes a really good living. She works her ass off, but her coffees are made with love. You can't go there and buy a coffee in under 5 minutes though. Like there's a conversation to be had while she does her amazing barista work. But definitely coffee is made with a lot of love. And she makes all of these amazing biscuits, cookies, muffins. She does a breakfast cookie that's just the best. I get cravings for it. It's got oats. I love anything with oats. But yeah, thank you so much for those of you who were able to drop in to my work live yesterday. It's very exciting when you do something, they have fun doing it, but all else is watching it and loves it as well. And she really did love it. So, guys, you know, what we do as a service, because I'm really proud of the service and being part of it. And we work our asses off. Like corporate lawyers get paid millions of dollars. We're a funded organisation. Like we do not get paid much at all. It's an area of law that lawyers with a heart are attracted to. You definitely don't do community legal if you want to be rich, or public defender if you want to be rich, ever. I've had a breather from Idaho for. Just a reminder, guys, if you could, it looks like Joman popped in. I can see Cement Shoes saying hi. Just a reminder, guys, if you could write in capital letters, only because I can't read small print or much of it, especially like, I'm driving. So when I get an opportunity to read chat, which is usually when we're crawling in the morning traffic, if it's not in capitals, I can't read it. Far away from my face for good reason. And yeah, I mean, I do glance when I can, but it's up to you guys to be a bit strategic too, like, I mean, if you guys are all just hanging out and chatting, you don't need to write capitals. That gives me the clue that I can ignore your comments. But yeah, you guys can help me out a bit too, or help yourselves out a bit by being strategic. Like, if you see there's an opportunity, like now, that I may be sitting in, well, actually, this intersection moves pretty clearly, but there's a tree over there. You guys are on landscape view. It is covered in sulfur-crested cockatoos, like literally over 100 of them, all on this tree. Just where that red car is in front of me, it's the tree directly, or like at 11:30. It's almost midday. It's directly above that white truck in front of the red car. Dave and Kim are narcissists that drunk turkeys are using for clicks. It's funny stuff. Who's David and Kim? They're so noisy, the cockies. A friend of mine, American friend of mine who lives in France, Whenever he sees like photos of the cockatoos on my deck, he's like, "You could get 3.5 grand for that in America." It's like, well, we don't sell them. Who's Dave and Kim? So weird because when I did breakfast radio here, most immediate rivals, mind you, I'm great friends with both of them. Their show was Kim and Dave. But yeah, I don't know who Kim are. Dave and Kim. Are you talking? If you're talking doing the no, it wouldn't be doing the dishes with Dave because he only does Chris Watts. Maybe 5 years later, still talking about that. And who's Kim? Oh, I'm not telling you off for not using caps. I'm just letting you know I can't read comments if they're not in caps unless I'm going like really, really slowly or not moving at all. It's just an etiquette reminder. But I mean, we've got the Idaho 4 preliminary hearing coming up in June. Which, you know, everyone's getting fired up like it's the trial. It's not. It's kind of like the courtroom reenactment of the problem. Oh my God. Oh, boy. Can you guys hear case file playing in the background? Can you guys hear male voice? Dude, why? It's a case in Missouri where I live. Just to let me know if you can hear case file. If any of you guys know case file, it's a True Crime Australian podcast, but it does cases all over the world. Probably the best true crime podcast ever, in my view. You can't hear it. I can hear it. I feel like I've got a dude in the car with me. I'm going to have to pull over and slow that up. I should just repeat what he's saying. I hope he doesn't strike me. It's accidental. Quick face for the gullible. Love that. If I pull over, I'm going to get like stuck in traffic another 500 kilometres behind me. Well, not 500. Oh, we covered that on that shit last week or 2 weeks ago, actually. The children's book. Are you with me? It's just really hard for me to concentrate because I've got the Aussie dude who knows name nobody knows, who's the host of Case File, chatting away in the background to me. This episode of Case File is about a kid, or it might be a man, I don't know, but someone called Eric who was murdered in Missouri. But yeah, featured in Bad Shit, the thing, murder. And the only reason I remember the title is because I commented like, "Are you with me?" how it was a strange name for a book about grief. And then it reminded me of that other story from America that we covered, the woman who was found guilty of murdering her husband, who was known for writing crime. Hang on a sec. Awesome. I've closed out of case file. Phew. That was going to be a difficult drive in because as much as the host of Case File has a lovely voice, I was in competition with him. And I was also yelling because I felt like I needed to so you could hear me, but you guys couldn't hear it. That shit's tomorrow night. If anyone is around and wants to hang out with us, it'll be 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'll need some laughs. Today is after doing yesterday, which was nearly all. I mean, I did speak to a couple of clients, but it was mainly YouTube stuff. So it was a fun day. Thank you for your beautiful message too, Scout. I couldn't believe when I did the gratuitous sunny shot, she wasn't on her ottoman for the first time ever, I think. Nancy Brophy, that's right. Yeah, but a true crime sneaks into batshit. The weird thing is, though, it was actually Finn who did the Argue With Me story. It wasn't me. I was like, go Finn. Getting into a bit of true crime action, mate. No, it was just lovely to get that message. Thank you. And, yeah, I really just wanted to let everybody know how, I got a gold star. My boss had a lot of fun. Thought it was really good. It was a bit of a test run to show what the platform's like and whether it's something we can utilise again. And I think she's really keen. Like, she liked the live chat, people popping in and out, saying g'day. When I said, we can all jump up on screen together like the Brady Bunch, she liked that. And Sarah and Melinda and I are hardly, shy little things. So there's definitely a way for us to utilise the platform, but it'd be really great to get some legitimate Tassie workers in as well that have got claims and who've dealt with us, and they might just have a question that doesn't warrant booking an hour-long appointment with us. So it's an opportunity for them to pop in and get the answer, and so yeah, hopefully it'll become a thing. Hopefully it'll become a thing. I mean, even the fact that I only created the channel a few weeks ago. We do have another channel on there that's only got, I think, 5 subscribers and 1 video. But Melinda couldn't remember the login details, so I created a whole new channel. And hopefully YouTube will delete the other one when they do a swoop of inactive channels. But even the fact that the new channel had like 5 subscribers on Friday, and when I went live over the weekend, you guys were awesome and went over and subbed. Like, she was even stoked to see we had over 20 subscribers after me flogging it a little bit on the weekend. So, yeah, it was really good. And do you know what I like about it too? This is like genuine organic YouTube channel building and growing, and all these wankers who are constantly saying, if you don't have 100,000 subs, you're not a good channel. They've lost that joy that you get when you first start your channel and people start to find you and subscribe and stuff. And, 1 or 2 new subs is exciting on a baby channel. And I think it's a shame that these creators that get so snarky and, people like Life Perplexed and the Glare are constantly talking about how, channels with little numbers are just irrelevant blips. I mean, admittedly, it might be in relation to a channel that they don't like. But even so, everyone's got a spot on YouTube. Not everyone wants to have 100,000. I mean, my work channel's never going to have, this channel's never going to have 100,000, ever. It doesn't bother me. I love the community we've got. Doodle Brown, g'day Grooves. Emily Flotilla, the last time I did a live, she did message me after and said, say hi to Doodle, I still can't see her. I don't know if both of you have checked your Google accounts, but there is, like when you go to your little channel icon and go to your manage Google account, when you go in there, it's a bit of a pain to find it, but I think there's actually a search feature in Google accounts, but it's down the bottom of one of the, like the pages for your Google account are on the left-hand side, like there's a menu. But if you click on them, there's one, if you scroll down to the bottom, it shows you people that might be blocked on your channel. And back in the day, it used to just say Google account or Google member. It didn't give the name. So it was a bit of a, oh, well, I'll just release them all. But I think these days the names do show up. But yeah, if you both check your Google accounts, I actually did a live, possibly even on this channel. This will freak y'all out. Molly Golightly had issues years ago with people saying they were blocked, and she was going through her block list and they weren't on it. And I actually did a video I was in Molly's chat and I said, I found out what it is. It's actually in Google accounts. And I did a little video to show everyone how to unblock people in it. So, yeah, definitely check again, Doodle. And I'll remind Emily too as well. But if you need step-by-step instructions, I think if you type in the search bar on my channel for like unblock Google or something like that, or I don't know if Molly's even in the title, but I actually made the video for her because I was trying to give her the instructions in chat. And I mean, this was before her channel was massive, but it was still, the chat was still a bit too busy for her to keep up with the instructions. So I just said, yeah, no worries, I'll make you a little video. Back in the good old days, yeah, when we all knew each other and helped each other. And what happened to those days? The new generation don't seem to be interested in moving into a community and getting to know all the different characters and finding their own place. They're just coming in all guns blazing, ripping everyone in the community to shreds, or as many people in the community as they want to shreds. And we know it's a fucked up community. We've lived in it for 5 years. It's all right. Every community's got its wackadoos. Why would YouTube be any different? In fact, the odds are it's going to be worse than real life. People hide behind computers and they don't have their real names out there. That was one thing I really liked, actually, doing the work thing yesterday. Like, it was quite empowering to be like, yep, this is my name, this is where I work, these are the names of the people I work with. Like, Australia has such strict privacy laws, but, you know, and even doxing isn't really a huge, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some Australian YouTubers who've been doxed, but pretty much by US creators. But yeah, it was pretty empowering to be like, we don't care. This is us. I mean, we even had a slide of the address where our work is, you know, like. It was very empowering. It was sort of like flying in the face of. I really wish people would stop diluting the significance of words, though. Like, every time I hear a creator talking about doxing themselves, or that person just doxed their own kid, it's like, one of the elements of doxing is malicious intent. If someone is live and they talk about their kid, or their kid, they're okay with their kid being on the screen, or they mention their kid's name, it's not doxing their own kid unless there's malicious intent. And I spoke to my boss. I said, oh, we might get some wackadoo phone calls and emails and stuff, but my boss was like, yeah, well, you expect that on social media. Like, that's kind of the Australian attitude. Jamin, no, well, work is the owner. I mean, I created the channel, but we all can log into it and use it. And, you know, I mean, hopefully it's a channel that grows and it's around in 10 years' time, and I might be long gone from worker assist by then. I just created it because I got the skills, but it's owned by worker assist. It's a business channel too. I didn't realise it was quite a learning curve, not a tricky one, but it's slightly different when you create a business channel. And I've still got to do some fine tuning. I mean, we didn't have any trolls or anything yesterday, but I've really got to spend some time doing a list of words that will automatically hold comments from being published in chat. I'm pretty loose with my channels, but as a business channel, we don't want people coming into chat and saying typically aggro, unpleasant YouTube stuff. Look at this beautiful day. It's only 9 degrees today. It's only going to get to, well, right now, it's only going to get to 13 Celsius. Still above 32 Fahrenheit, guys. I think yesterday it was 61 Fahrenheit where I live. My friend who lives in San Diego has Dodgers Ferry on her weather app, and sent me a screenshot, and I was like, Fahrenheit, you're such a yank. And then she sent me the Celsius version, and interestingly, Honolulu was only like 3 degrees warmer Celsius yesterday. Like, we were 19 and Honolulu was 22. Or maybe we were 17, but whatever it was Hawaii wasn't much warmer. I think Andrew's trying to tell me that, you know, you guys are having some cold weather, and I was like, yeah, well, check out Hawaii. Not much warmer. But when the sky's like this and the sun's out, even if 9 degrees was the max we were going to get to today, having the sun out just makes you happy, I think. I'm curious why you wanted to know if I was the owner of the channel, Joe, but that's a mystifying question. I have back-to-back clients all day today. I'm just going to be in my office or in our little meeting room doing face-to-face appointments. It's so funny these days when you have a face-to-face. It's like, oh, really? Because you get so used to giving advice over the phone or, you know, on a Zoom link or whatever. Face-to-face is hard because you can't sit there punching notes into your laptop. You've got to sit there and take manual notes, and then after the client's gone, you've also then got to put it all in the database. And if you don't have time allocated to do your notes, it can get really full on. Because lawyers are a bit like cops in that we've got to take notes of everything. There's a rainbow ahead. It's almost shooting straight up into the sky. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. It's literally 1 o'clock-ish on the screen. Just a little rainbow going straight up into the sky. Yeah, and the other thing with face-to-face is they're always either late, which throws your day out, or they're really early. Woke poon. Woke poon. Poon, are you the poon? Were you in Casper's chat the other day? Is that the same poon? Have you gone woke, Groover? Are you the poon that's been around forever? Because Casper did a live the other day and he was chatting to a poon and he was saying, oh, I'd like to interview you too, poon. And I was thinking, is it the poon that's been around forever? It is you. Well, g'day, Groover. How you doing? Why you gone woke? My memory of you was that you were anything but woke. What's going on there? Is it a joke? You're not woke poon, you're joke poon. You're joking. I'm very critical of the woke movement on my channel and on Batshit, another channel of mine. We have what I created a segment Wokey of the Week where we look at the most ridiculous woke person I can find. Shouldn't say person because sometimes they identify as like chickens and cats and shit, but Wokey of the Week. He's just heading down to the local beer joint, Miss Tasmanian Darling, to drink Bud Lights. Well, you won't be able to buy any Bud Light here. Why are you drinking Bud Light? Oh, because you're woke. You're supporting the brand because they got slammed for their poor call getting Dylan Mulvaney to do ads for them. I'm analysing you. But yeah, you won't get Bud Light in this island. We make amazing beer here. We don't drink shit like that. I drank Bud Light when I lived in America because I thought that was what everyone drank. And then all the Americans would be like, do you want some Fosters? And I said to them, we actually don't drink Fosters in Australia. We just made, we had all this shit beer that we couldn't sell. So we just made it sound like it was the best Aussie beer. And people overseas buy it and think they're drinking, good Aussie beer. And it's fucking awful. You wouldn't be seen dead in Australia drinking Fosters. Yeah, because you're woke. See, I'm onto you. I know how your brain works. I follow the woke movement. I know the scandal. But yeah, isn't it interesting though, something like that, like a poor decision like getting Dylan Mulvaney to do the ad and the stock in Bud Light dropped massively in the first 24 hours and then it was just back to business as usual. Like just how fickle things are. Like people were outraged and so for a day the stocks in Bud Light went down. But yeah, 48 hours later, you wouldn't have even known. Last time I talked to Tor about my comments being deleted, she didn't approve. I'll ask her about it since it's her channel. Dr. George Mengel? David? What? Who? Hello? I don't know what you're talking about, Cement. I mean, is there drama? Is David here? Which David? If it's David Rose from Schitt's Creek, I hope so. If it's doing the dishes with Dave, I hope not. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Cement Shoes. So bring it up again when we're in the car park if you're still around. Definitely getting to work a little bit later than usual. So I'm normally pulling into the car park now. I normally beat when the speed turns into 90 and then 60 as it is now. I'm normally well and truly in town before that happens. It's all the school traffic. Yeah, but who deleted it? Cement. Did you make a comment about Kylie Rodney? Well, are you talking about Zav Girl? She made a shitload of cash off Kylie Rodney's tragic death. I actually had someone the other day, because I'm moving all the true crime stuff from this channel over to Smooth Criminal. When you upload them, it doesn't tell you that it doesn't give you the date of the actual video. So what I'm starting to do, it's one thing I don't like about YouTube. It doesn't give you the date. It says like 1 week ago, 2 months ago. It's really annoying to me as a lawyer. Like, the date is so crucial on anything. I don't know why they don't just put the date. But anyway, you can find it out by going to different platforms. Like Post Social gives you the date. That's how I was able to find the live I did when I jumped up on AJ's panel. Because I checked the email that I had to send Bubbles to get a link. And then I went to Post Social and they actually published the date. But yeah, I mean, as I'm moving stuff over, it's opening up cans of worms because people see the live and they think that I've just done a live on, like, so I just uploaded a Kylie Rodney one. Same with another case that's long gone. And people want to chat about it and they debate you, and it's kind of like, it's literally it's content that I've moved over from another channel. But there was one comment that this person wrote, this really long comment about why Kylie's death wasn't accidental and all the reasons for it, but they didn't actually provide their own theory. So I responded and said, thank you for taking the time to write this very long comment, and but I'm actually interested to hear what your theory is based on what you're saying. And they never came back. I find that happens all the time. I can't read chat while I'm driving over the bridge, guys, by the way. So just don't feel like I'm ignoring you. I'm focusing on the safety of the road users and my own at the moment. But yeah, like, I take time to respond to people that are, I mean, that comment wasn't snarky, but it was pretty much telling me that they disagreed with everything I'd said in that live. But then they didn't provide their theory on what they think happened. And I wanted to know what it was. It's like, okay, well, you've done your homework. You've got all these reasons why you don't think it's accidental, but you can't tell me what you think the truth is. And yeah, they go to such an effort to write stuff like that. Sometimes they are very scathing and angry. This person wasn't at all. But they never came back with a response. Why do that? Like, have a chat. Let's talk about it. Let's nut this thing out. I like hearing alternative opinions if they are based on possible facts. And it was quite intriguing, like how they debunked the accident thing, but yeah, they didn't give their theory on what did happen and they never came back. Why would you do that? You were passionate enough to take the time to write a response or a comment that would have taken a good 30 minutes to write, I reckon. Maybe 15 minutes. Like, I love a good debate. Bring it on. But no, and not even a debate. I'm open to hearing alternate versions. It's only when it's based on stuff that isn't factual that I'm like, yeah, well, bring the facts to the table and we'll talk about it. YouTube has been deleting comments. Yeah, YouTube, there's you should know about them, Samantha. You bounce around lots of channels. YouTube has Google moderators. But from what I can tell too, it's not always the content that's contentious. Like sometimes comments get deleted. They don't let us know what words on the algorithm might lead to things being deleted. And from what I can tell, sometimes there's no legitimate explanation for why a comment has gone. But I don't think anyone in the chat would be deleting your comments. The only comments that get deleted on this channel are hate comments. I mean, I don't like members fighting with each other in my chat. I want everyone to feel they can come here and express their opinions without being attacked. And it doesn't really happen in here that much. But if that did happen, it'd be a timeout. And back in the day when I used to have panels and stuff, I had an etiquette direction, I guess. But, if people in chat were having a crack at me or my guests, they'd get sent to the naughty corner and, have a think about how to participate in the discussion without being assholes. But yeah, the only thing that is a block and delete is any hate speech. Yeah, well, I can't explain that, cement shoes. I don't know. Because we've talked about that particular. I don't know what creator you're talking about, but we've talked about a creator who made a lot of money off milking Kylie's death for all it was worth. We've discussed it, so it's not like a setting that I've got. And I used to be mindful of us talking about other creators only because I didn't want to go down that drama community road. But, especially on Smooth Criminal, I mean, now that focus has really been tightened down to either the podcast that I recorded during the COVIDs or, talking about victims and sleuthing and speculation. Like that channel is going to cover creators and I wanted to. I want people to know that not everyone thinks it's okay what some of these creators are doing. Joey! Crime, rock, and royalty. Go you good thing. God save the Queen. I hope you do the Sex Pistols. I mean, there's your punk rock and your royalty there. Crime, rock, and royalty. Love it. Look at us coming up with names for our channels that pretty much, like, I love that I've added sleuths to Smooth Criminal, not just because Smooth Criminal was so hard to find, but also it just, Smooth Criminal on its own didn't really cover the way social media is fucking with trials and cases and even just deaths of people. Well, not just death, don't think I'm downplaying that, but I like a channel name, Joe. It's cool. But with the royalty stuff, are you going to be scathing about Harry and Meghan? I love watching Megyn Kelly slamming Meghan. She cracks me up all the time. She hates them so much. And it's quite refreshing because a lot of the time, you know, England in particular, the UK generally, other Commonwealth countries, Australia, Canada, whatever, for the most part, we're all anti Meghan Markle, Meghan, but and Americans are usually like a bit starstruck about her and don't see anything wrong with what she does. But I love that Megyn Kelly's like, fuck you, Meghan Markle. We got the little corner park. Nobody likes this park because it's so hard to get out of it. You can't do that. Why not? Why not? If you reviewed a record and like you loved 10 of the songs but you thought 2 of them were shit and you skipped over them, you'd mention that in your review. Meghan and Harry are no different. Like, there are other royals that you might gush over, like Princess Charlotte, but you can also slag off the royals you don't, or do you like them? I've got my scrunchie stuck in my hair and I need to put it up in a, I had a ponytail, but it made me look like I was 14. My hair's playing up today. It's gone. I think I'm a bit like Sunny. My hair's turning into a winter coat. I'm just going to sort my head out. I'll read a few comments and then I can chat about them while I put my makeup on. So you're just going to be a blindly pro-royal, or do you legit like those two Fruit Loops? Because everything they do is awkward, like Harry at the coronation. Wow. So awkward. I used to love Hazard. Shield yourself for the robo takeover. Resistance is futile. Everyone hates Meghan Markle that I know. Yeah, a lot of Americans love her because they loved her in Suits, and you know, there's that sort of Hollywood thing. Not that she's Hollywood, but you know what I mean. She fucked up. She should have been with Harry. You don't like them at all. Well, I think he's unfortunately a victim of her narcissism. I just think Princess Di be like, what happened to my cheeky little boy? It was so much fun. Who's this knob in his place? Where did this knob come from? I didn't give birth to a knob. Harry was, because Harry is the spare, like, he didn't have the pressure on him that William's got on him. I mean, William's just been like textbook perfect. Found the right girl to marry, great little kids. I love Prince Louis. Oh, what a naughty little boy he is. He's great. But again, he's kind of like Harry was. He's not, you know, little George is going to have to be raised to be king. And even Charlotte might have a bit of pressure on her, but Louis can just be Louis. And he is. He's a classic kid. Love him. He's a little spitfire. I love Charlotte too, though. She's cute as. When she breaks up with him, I will do it now. Hey, Ruth. He was a horrible child too. You mean Harry? When he poked his tongue out at the media. I don't think that was horrible. I thought that was hilarious. It was the first bratty royal that I'd encountered in my lifetime, and I found him refreshingly honest. All right, I'll just put some makeup on him. It's already 8:05. I can't believe I got a park down here. I'm glad because I've got my office case. I've brought in the excess zucchini and ricotta and cherry tomato muffins I made on this channel the other day. I've got a lot of stuff to carry. So far, so good with reception, at least, in the car park. No black screen of death yet. Be careful what you wish for, though. But yes, I mean, I honestly don't know what happened with your comments. I mean, I can, are you talking about today? Did it happen today? Because I can replay the live tonight when I get home and see what happened. I think I can see, you used to be able to do that. You could, because I know in the past, like when people had rogue mods and stuff, they'd be able to watch it back and see what's going on in the chat. But it definitely wouldn't have been any of my mods. Unless it was an accident, in which case they would have said, shit, I just did that by accident. And they would have said it straight away when it happened. I mean, I've blocked Francesca twice on this channel by accident. It does happen. Where is Francesca? I haven't seen her for ages. I miss her. God, I hope I haven't blocked her again, though she would have messaged me. Let's put some powder on and then I can look at chat again. Oh, so your big day ahead. Very big day. We put so much, it was a lot of work that went into even just putting that presentation together, like for YouTube. We've got a precedent now that we can use a template, so it was worth the investment. But I've really enjoyed like not having shitloads of clients and being able to fuck around on YouTube has been so much fun. But back to it today. I'm looking forward to helping some people today, but it's just one of those days I'm going to be behind all day and I can't do anything about it. It's just the nature of the calendar today. But hopefully I'll have some really quick clients. They all look like near clients, so they usually need an hour. Hopefully a couple of them will be quick so I can kind of get on top of things as the day goes. There's nothing worse than 4:20 and you've got an hour and a half of work to still do and you can only do it. You've got 40 minutes to do it in. I don't like that kind of pressure at the end of the day. And the other thing is, God bless our clients, but it doesn't matter what job you've got, what business you're in. Why are there always people that call at 5 to 5 when you close at 5? We get so many people calling it, like from about 4:45 onwards. People just call, and it's like, you reckon? You think we can help you now? Like, what have you been doing all day? You know, these people are like, oh shit, I was meant to call. I better call them now. It's like, we can't help you. Like, we're finishing up for the day. You need to call back tomorrow or leave a message. Every job I've ever had, no matter what time is closing time, there's always at least one person every single day who calls at like 5 minutes before you close. Who are those people and why do they do it every day? Meg Healy. So good to see you. I've responded to one of your comments under one of my videos from like a year ago. Good to see you, gorgeous. Thank you so much for popping in. But yeah, deal with your dogs. The big brother of the tubes has nicked whole conversation. Yeah, it's been shocking. And StreamYard's been shocking too. StreamYard, even yesterday when I was live on my work channel, I had to keep refreshing YouTube because it was like whenever I crossed back to that channel to, because you need to like make people moderators or pin comments or whatever, and it was stuck back on a screen from, half an hour ago. And then I'd refresh the screen and it'd get up to speed again. But I've never had to do that before. I don't know if they're in the middle of tweaking. It seems whenever they tweak something on the platform or they add a new feature, or like even a few weeks ago when they added was probably about a month ago now, when they added the podcast tab onto everyone's channels, that caused, and it's no different to updating any other internet things, whether it's a website or your browser or a social media page. There's always a few in your phone, there's always some glitches. But YouTube has had issues with deleting comments for a long time, and I don't know why that's still happening. Because it just causes, like, people get upset, understandably, because they don't realise that maybe it's been, removed by the Google moderator. They think it's a mod in the chat or even the creator. I've had, even a few weeks ago, do you guys remember this? I don't participate in a lot of chats, but I was writing comments in lives, but I'd put a smiley face or something on the end of it or a laughing emoji. And then when I hit send, all the text had gone and it was just the smiley face or the laughing emoji, and it made me look like a fucking idiot. Like I'm just sitting in chat hitting like send, and especially on the chats that are on a delay, like they've slowed them down, there's a delay, whatever the word is, when they slow chat. So you could only post something every couple of minutes or whatever. I'd be like, yeah, this makes it look like I've waited for 2 minutes to be able to comment again, and all I've sent is a laughing face. It was doing it to me all the time, and it made me look like such an idiot. So I was like, don't use an emoji. You can't comment on one bead live, no reason. It's just glitchy. That's probably what it was. Long sentences in all caps. If I've offended it, Samantha, it wasn't. I don't think it was any. I can't say 100% because I didn't see it. But look at Ruth's cute cock. Yeah, very handsome cock. They didn't like you talking to Mel about mealworms. They made the photos bigger. Yeah, you couldn't possibly have offended us. Hi, Mandy Hall. He thought that was a YouTubey thing. Voice to text. As my Joey blocked me, I can't see her. Are you on live chat or top chat? Yeah, Joe. Sorry, Joey is incognito too. Crime Rock and Royalty is Joey, Meg. Yeah, it is good to see you, Mandy Hall. But yeah, so a few of you also got hit with the text being deleted, and you just because honestly, I can't remember whose chat it was or what was being discussed. But I wrote like a rip snorter of a comment, and then stupidly put the emoji on the end of it, and it only published the emoji. But it honestly, it made me look like I'm just sitting in the chat going without any comment at all, just some dumbass. And also the emoji on its own, the topic may not have warranted the smiling or the laughing, tears coming out. The emoji I use all the time, my favourite one. Like the topic might have been serious, but I might have written something funny or responded to somebody else in the chat with a little joke or whatever. And there's me just looking like a fuckwit in chat, just with laughing my head off, but no comment. Made me feel and look like an absolute twit. Like, well, there's a fantastic contribution from Tori. Just some dumbass face without any reason for it to be there. Oh no, I know I caught it. I've always makeup brushes, the little eyeshadow ones always end up going under my seat in my car. They fly out of my hand and all right, done that. I do need to put on a bit of lip something. Oh, I better take my headband off that I wear while I do my makeup. That doesn't match my outfit. Lips are done. And I've got time for a chat. But yeah, Samantha, honestly, I don't think it would be anyone at all. In fact, I'm 100% sure it wouldn't be. And like I said, unless it was an accident, they would have said something straight after it happened. I take it personally. YouTube is not perfect. In fact, it can be quite fucking hopeless at times. Hence my emoji story. Made me look like a fucking village idiot. And I forget because it's just automatic. Like I like to use an emoji because I can be very dry and sarcastic. So I kind of feel like emojis help show that I'm meaning for it to be funny. But yeah, I automatically put them on there, and I had to keep going. Don't use an emoji, or you're just going to look like the dribbling idiot in chat again. And then I'd hit send, and I'd be like, fuck, there's an emoji on the end. I have to wait for 2 minutes now to explain myself. It was painful. Hopefully that stopped. I haven't been in a chat or anything for a while, so. Yeah, exactly. Knee-high boot. I wear knee-high boots all the time. What do you mean made a comeback? They've never gone out. I've got knee-high boots on today. I wear them pretty much. I don't wear shoes, really. I wear blunnies, thongs, Uggs, and knee-high boots. Even I went to a formal dinner the other night. I wore knee-high boots. I've been a boot girl my whole life. I've got an A-line skirt on, a brown corduroy A-line skirt, and I've got tan knee-high boots on as we speak. You like thigh-high boots? Oh, I don't, Ruth. Laughter is good till you pee yourself. Shiny, shiny, shiny bits of leather. You've got leopard print ones. Mine are all plain. But I've got 2 black pairs of knee-high boots. Sorry, 3. I've got 2 Oh, 3 black, 1 navy blue, 1 tan that I've got on right now, and 2 red. I've got I've got too many. I might have another leather pair, tan leather too. I don't know if I've still got them or not. I've even got a couple of pairs of cowboy boots, long ones. These boots are made for walking. Exactly. But no, I don't think they've ever, well, in my opinion, they've never gone out because I've worn them my whole life. I reckon I got my first pair when I was like 3. They're really nice in Tassie too in winter because they keep you warm. Like they warm your legs. You only get another when one breaks. Yeah, I've got a pair of like Sandler knee-high black boots. They're flat ones that I bought years ago, and they just refuse to die. And then I've got like a 60s lace up at the front pair that I just get them repaired and resold every year because I love them. And the same with one of my red pairs. They cost a fortune, and every winter, before winter, I get them resold and redone again, like I refuse to. But the other ones are all non-leather ones that I wear now that I get from a brand called I Love Billy, and they're like $80. And I usually get 4 seasons out of them. And they're great. I mean, I used to spend like $380 on leather pairs, and then I discovered the I Love Billy ones. They're not. I mean, they're flat, but they've got a bit of a heel on the back, but not like a block heel or anything. But they go with so many things, and for $80, and like because I live in them, like I wear them out. Whereas I've got pairs of work shoes, like heels and stuff, that are almost immaculate because they've been worn 3 times, and I just don't find them comfy. I've got some nice sort of summery sandal work wedgie sort of sandal things that I wear. But that photo, the last time you wore the black, yeah, I mean, I wear mine till they fall apart. And I've got docs as well. But with my knee, they're just too heavy at the moment. I can't wear them. Can't wear anything with heels. I've got one pair of my knee-high black boots they're not high, but they have got block heels on the back of them, but I can't wear them at the moment with my knee. I've got cherry paint leather docs and black docs. You want the high heel docs? They're amazing. You also loved my docs. I used to go to court in really gorgeous little work outfits with docs, and they're like, oh, she's such a rebel. But I had to wear my gown and everything, but I thought the docs were cool at the bottom of my gown that I had to wear in court, my robe, my gown. There's some pretty amazing, colourful docs now too. But I tend to be quite neutral with my boots. That way I can wear them with lots of stuff. But I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to walk my knee-high boots out of here. Yeah, wearing Doc Martens into court. I was a rebel. I'd have my wig on and my gown and my bar jacket and my jabbo, which is that white frilly collar thing that you wear, and then Docs. And probably a bright pink scrunchie or something wrong. There was always something a bit weird, or a tartan one. Have a great day, everyone. But yeah, this was really just to say thanks to everyone who made it to the work live I did yesterday. Really appreciate you guys popping in because my boss was over the moon and she really enjoyed it as well. And Tori gets a gold star. So yeah, I'm all about comfort too, Scout. And I can run in boots like that are flat boots. They put heels on me and I can't run anywhere. I mean, I can't run anywhere at the moment with my knee, but not that I feel like I need to escape, but I feel I can wear my knee-high boots, flat boots, all day, and they're comfy. It's like wearing sneakers. But heels, oh, the fashion walking boots, weren't they a pain? 30 years ago. See, that's a good boot. The one pair of boots that I regret not keeping, and I don't know why I didn't, I had a pair of Caterpillar boots, and they were amazing. And I reckon I either gave them to someone who was going like onto a work site or something. But Blunnies, the Tassie boots, they're amazing too. Sunny Bum is at home snoring her head off. I told her to look after the house, and hopefully she will. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Groovers. Thanks for all the people who popped in. And I will see you all very soon. Until then, stay groovy, everybody. Bye.